What if I told you that one of the most powerful weight loss tools available today isn't a high-tech supplement, a punishing workout plan, or an expensive meal delivery service? What if it's a humble, sour liquid that's probably been sitting in your pantry for years? I'm talking about apple cider vinegar. But here's the crucial part. What if I also told you that nearly everyone who tries it for weight loss is doing it completely wrong? They're either wasting their time, getting zero results, or worse, they could actually be damaging their health without even realizing it. The internet is flooded with myths about how this stuff works, promising it will magically melt fat off your body. That's not just wrong, it's dangerously misleading. The truth is far more fascinating and far more scientific. Understanding the real mechanism behind apple cider vinegar is the critical difference between successfully using it as a powerful ally in your health journey and just ending up with a sour taste in your mouth and an unchanged number on the scale. What's at stake is your time, your health, and the results you've been working so hard for. Stick with me, because we're about to unravel the science. Welcome back to Active Aging. I'm Dr. Goodwell, and it's my mission to cut through the noise and give you clear, evidence-based insights to help you live a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. So let's talk about that bottle of apple cider vinegar, or ACV. You've definitely heard the hype. Your health-conscious neighbor swears by it. Social media influencers seem to be chugging it by the gallon. It's been hailed as a cure-all for everything from stubborn belly fat to lackluster skin. But what is actually happening inside your body when you drink this stuff? Is it just an old folk remedy, or is there genuine cutting-edge science at play? The answer is a resounding yes to the science, but it's not for the reasons most people think. For the next 30 minutes, we are going on a journey together. We will dismantle the biggest myths, piece by piece. We will explore the 3 core scientific mechanisms that make ACV a legitimate tool for weight management. We'll uncover the risks they don't tell you about. And most importantly, I'll reveal the one hidden psychological secret that makes it truly effective. By the end of this video, you won't just know about ACV, you'll understand it. First things first, let's get the biggest, most pervasive myth out of the way immediately. I need you to burn this into your brain. Apple cider vinegar does not, under any circumstances, magically melt fat. It just doesn't. Thinking that a tablespoon of ACV will dissolve your fat cells is like thinking that watering a single cactus will make the entire Sahara Desert bloom into a lush garden. It's a beautifully simple idea, but it completely ignores the laws of biology and physics. Your fat cells, known as adipocytes, don't melt or flush out of your body. They are storage containers. To lose fat, you must create an energy deficit that signals these cells to release their stored energy, causing them to shrink. Nothing you drink can directly liquefy them. This fat-melting myth is a dangerous piece of marketing fiction that sets people up for failure. It makes them think they can drink vinegar, continue their old habits, and watch the pounds disappear. When that doesn't happen, they get discouraged and quit. So, if it doesn't melt fat, what on earth is it doing? And why do so many people, including many scientists, report tangible, positive results? The answer is far more elegant. The real hero of our story isn't the apple, the cider, or even the word vinegar. The star of the show, the active ingredient responsible for nearly all of ACV's health benefits, is a humble but powerful compound called acetic acid. This is our first critical stepping stone to understanding everything. So what is it? When you make apple cider vinegar, you start a 2-step fermentation process. First, yeast turns the sugar in apple juice into alcohol. That's how you get hard cider. Then a second type of bacteria, called Acetobacter, converts that alcohol into acetic acid. It's this acid that gives vinegar its signature sour taste and pungent smell. This is the molecule that does all the heavy lifting. All the anecdotes, all the clinical studies, all the buzz, it all comes back to this one compound. Forgetting about fat melting and focusing on acetic acid is like swapping a treasure map drawn by a pirate for a precise GPS coordinate. One is a fanciful story, the other is the key that will actually lead you to the treasure. Understanding the role of acetic acid is the foundation upon which all of ACV's true benefits are built. Without it, the rest is just noise. Now for the first big reveal, the first major scientifically backed superpower of acetic acid: managing your blood sugar. Imagine you've just eaten a meal rich in carbohydrates, a bowl of pasta, a slice of bread, or even a piece of fruit. Your body gets to work breaking those carbs down into glucose, or sugar, which then enters your bloodstream. This causes a blood sugar spike. In response, your pancreas releases a flood of a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to get that sugar out of your blood and into your cells for energy. But here's the catch. If there's too much sugar at once, insulin, in a state of panic, signals your body to store the excess as fat. This is where ACV works its magic. Taking ACV with that meal dramatically blunts the blood sugar spike. It's like putting a gentle speed bump on the sugar highway. The acetic acid temporarily interferes with the enzymes in your gut that break down starches. This means the sugar is released into your bloodstream much more slowly and steadily. You don't get that massive spike, you don't get that massive insulin flood, and therefore, you don't get that urgent hormonal signal to store fat. To really cement this idea, let's use an analogy. Think of your digestive system as a busy downtown intersection at the peak of rush hour. A high-carb meal, eaten alone, is like every light at that intersection turning green at the exact same time. It's chaos. Cars, representing glucose, flood the intersection all at once. There's gridlock, traffic jams, and honking horns. Your body's traffic cop, insulin, panics. Its only solution is to start frantically diverting all those cars into the nearest available parking garages, your fat cells, just to clear the streets. It's a state of emergency. Now, let's replay that scene, but this time with apple cider vinegar. The acetic acid acts as a calm, experienced traffic controller who steps into the middle of the intersection. It doesn't stop the cars from coming, it simply ensures they flow through the intersection in a smooth, orderly fashion. The lights are synchronized, the flow is managed. Your body gets all the fuel it needs, delivered exactly when it needs it, without the panic, without the gridlock, and without the emergency signal to shove everything into storage. It's not about blocking energy, it's about brilliantly managing its flow. Okay, so we've successfully managed the sugar traffic, which is a huge win. But apple cider vinegar has another equally powerful trick up its sleeve. It directly impacts your appetite by making you feel fuller for a longer period. This effect is known as increasing satiety. Think about it. The single biggest challenge in any weight loss effort is managing hunger and cravings. This is where ACV provides direct support. Multiple high-quality studies have demonstrated this effect quite clearly. In one landmark study, participants who consumed vinegar with a high-carb meal reported feeling significantly fuller and, as a result, ended up eating between 200 to 275 fewer calories throughout the rest of the day. They didn't have to use willpower, they simply didn't feel as hungry. So, how does this work? The acetic acid appears to slow down the rate at which your stomach empties its contents into the small intestine. It essentially tells your stomach to hold on to the food for a little while longer, like a fantastic dinner party host who convinces you to stay for one more interesting conversation. This delayed gastric emptying sends a sustained, "I'm full and satisfied" signal to your brain, crushing those premature hunger pangs that so often lead to mindless snacking. Now, a sharp-minded skeptic in our community, and I truly love you skeptics, you keep us all honest, might be thinking, hold on, Dr. Goodwell, does ACV really make you feel full? Or does it just make you feel a little bit nauseous, so you don't want to eat? That is a brilliant and essential question, and it's one that scientists have taken very seriously. It's true that if you drink it improperly, like taking it straight or in too high a dose, ACV can certainly cause nausea and indigestion. We'll cover that in the risks section. However, researchers have cleverly controlled for this. In the studies on satiety, they found that the powerful appetite-suppressing effect persisted even at doses that caused no reported feelings of nausea whatsoever. The feeling is genuine satiety, a true sense of fullness and satisfaction, not just a vague sense of discomfort that ruins your appetite. This distinction is absolutely critical. It means that when used correctly, ACV is not a punishment that makes you feel sick. It's a tool that helps you feel satisfied. The entire key, which we will detail later, is in the dosage and the delivery method. Doing it wrong leads to nausea. Doing it right leads to healthy, effortless calorie reduction. We've covered blood sugar and appetite, which are the big, noticeable effects. But now we're going to go deeper, down to the cellular level, to look at something truly profound. It appears that ACV helps to flip a metabolic master switch inside your cells. This switch is an enzyme called AMP-activated protein kinase, or AMPK for short. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. Think of AMPK as your body's internal energy sensor. It's like the fuel gauge in your car. When your cells are low on energy, AMPK gets activated. And when AMPK is switched on, it sends out a powerful body-wide memo with two main instructions. First, it tells your cells to stop storing energy as fat. Second, it tells them to start burning the fat they already have for immediate fuel. It's the cellular equivalent of the factory foreman walking onto the floor and yelling, "All right, team, break time is over, fire up the furnaces and let's get productive." Animal studies have shown quite convincingly that acetic acid activates this AMPK pathway. This is the mechanism that takes ACV from being just a simple digestive aid to being a potential metabolic accelerator, directly influencing your body's fundamental decisions about whether to store fat or burn it. So let's take a moment and put all three of these powerful puzzle pieces together. This isn't about one single magical effect. The real power of apple cider vinegar lies in its synergistic, three-pronged attack on the mechanics of weight gain. It's a beautifully coordinated strategy. First, by taking it with a meal, you immediately blunt the blood sugar spike. This reduces the flood of the fat storage hormone, insulin, telling your body, "Relax, no need to panic and store this energy as fat." That's defense. Second, at the very same time, it's increasing satiety and slowing stomach emptying. This makes you feel fuller, longer, causing you to naturally and unconsciously eat fewer calories throughout the day. That's reducing the offense. And third, deep within your cells, it's activating the AMPK pathway. This is like whispering to your metabolism, "Hey, let's switch from storage mode over to burn mode for a while." That's boosting your internal fat-fighting machinery. When you see it this way, you realize it's not a magic potion. It's a multifaceted tool that works with your body's own systems. It intelligently manages what's coming in, while optimizing what's already there. This combination is what makes it a genuinely effective partner in a healthy lifestyle. Now, before you rush to the kitchen and start incorporating ACV into your routine, we need to have a very serious talk about the risks. This is the part that most internet articles conveniently gloss over, but it is non-negotiable for your safety. The very same acetic acid that provides all the benefits can also cause significant harm if it is used improperly. Here are the main risks you must be aware of. Number 1. Tooth enamel erosion. Acetic acid is, well, an acid. If you drink it straight or undiluted, it will strip the protective enamel from your teeth, leading to sensitivity, yellowing, and cavities. This damage is permanent. Number 2. Throat and esophageal irritation. Drinking undiluted ACV can cause chemical burns to the delicate tissues of your throat and esophagus. Number 3. Interactions with medications. This is crucial. ACV can lower potassium levels, which is dangerous if you're taking diuretics or insulin, medications that also affect potassium. This combination can lead to seriously low levels, impacting heart and muscle function. Finally, for those with a condition called gastroparesis, where the stomach already empties too slowly, ACV can make it much worse. This isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Understanding how to avoid these dangers is what separates responsible use from reckless experimentation. So after all this science, the blood sugar, the satiety, the AMPK activation, what is the real, ultimate, hidden reason that apple cider vinegar works for sustainable weight loss? It's not the acetic acid. It's not the delayed gastric emptying. The real reason it works is because it forces you to be mindful. Let that sink in for a moment. This is the secret hiding in plain sight. Think about it. To use ACV correctly and safely, you can't just mindlessly glug it from the bottle. You have to consciously decide to use it. You have to take a moment to measure it. You have to deliberately dilute it in water. You have to time it with your meals. You have to think about protecting your teeth by using a straw and rinsing afterwards. The simple, repeated act of this ritual makes you more conscious and more intentional about your health in general. It serves as a physical catalyst for a mental shift. It's a small, daily anchor that says, "I am now actively participating in my own well-being." The liquid itself is just the tool that facilitates better habits. The real magic isn't in the bottle, it's in the mindfulness that the bottle inspires. This is the iceberg theory of ACV. The science is the visible tip, but the massive, powerful base is the behavioral change it creates. Okay, Dr. Goodwell, I hear you saying. I get it, it's a mindfulness tool backed by science. Now just tell me how to use the tool correctly so I can get the benefits without the risks. I'm glad you asked. Here is the definitive, science-backed protocol for using apple cider vinegar safely and effectively. Please follow these steps exactly. 1. Always, always, always dilute it. The golden ratio is 1 to 2 tablespoons, that's 15 to 30 milliliters, in a large 8-ounce glass of water. Never ever drink it straight. 2. Timing is everything. For best results, drink your diluted mixture just before or during your largest meal of the day, particularly if that meal contains carbohydrates. This maximizes the blood sugar blunting effect. 3. Protect your teeth. Drink the mixture through a straw to bypass most of your teeth. After you've finished, swish your mouth thoroughly with plain water to rinse away any remaining acid. Do not brush your teeth for at least 30 minutes afterwards, as the acid temporarily softens the enamel, making it vulnerable to abrasion. 4. Choose the right kind. Look for bottles labeled raw, unfiltered, and containing the mother. The mother is that cloudy-looking stuff at the bottom, which is a complex of proteins, enzymes, and beneficial bacteria that may provide additional probiotic benefits. And while our primary focus today has been on its remarkable role in weight management, it would be a complete disservice to ignore the other incredible, science-backed benefits of this humble liquid. Apple cider vinegar is most certainly not a one-trick pony. By incorporating it for one reason, you may be getting a cascade of other positive effects. For example, some human and animal studies suggest it can have a positive impact on heart health by helping to lower triglyceride and bad LDL cholesterol levels, while potentially increasing good HDL cholesterol. Furthermore, acetic acid has proven antimicrobial properties. It can inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria like E. coli, which is precisely why vinegar has been used for thousands of years as a natural food preservative. And finally, for skin health, when heavily diluted and applied topically, its acidic nature can help rebalance the skin's natural pH, making it a useful home remedy for people dealing with conditions like eczema or dry skin. We came here looking for a simple weight loss trick, and what we found instead was a holistic health-boosting tool that supports our metabolism, our heart, our gut, and even our skin. That's an incredible return on investment. So the complex mystery of apple cider vinegar is finally solved. It is not a magical fat melter. It is a sophisticated metabolic manager, and perhaps more importantly, a powerful behavioral tool. To recap our journey, it expertly blunts blood sugar spikes to reduce the fat storage signal. It enhances the feeling of fullness to help you naturally consume fewer calories. And it nudges your cells to switch from storing fat to burning it for energy. But its hidden genius is that the very ritual of using it correctly forces you into a state of mindfulness, making you an active participant in your own health journey. Now I want to turn the conversation over to you, our incredible active aging community. Have you tried using apple cider vinegar for weight loss or for its other benefits? What was your personal experience? Did you make any of the common mistakes we discussed today? Or did you discover a method that truly worked for you? Please share your story in the comments below. Your journey, your successes, and even your challenges could be the one crucial insight that helps someone else. And if you found this deep dive valuable, do me a favor and subscribe. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss our next investigation into the science of living well. I'm Dr. Goodwell, reminding you that understanding why is always the first step.